smart bitches trash. Hi guys, welcome back. So today I am here with my ginormous March book haul. Yeah, so I started gathering books together for this haul video and was like, oh, I have way more books than I realized. Partly because I had a book outlet order this month. I went to some events, I had some pre-orders, I picked up other stuff, publishers sent me stuff. So today I have 45 books to haul. Enjoy. This is probably going to be a long video, so feel free to go grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's hang out and chat. My book hauls are usually pretty chatty. I just think they're more fun than just like showing you the books, so they end up being super long. But I'm okay with that, and some of you guys are too, so let's go ahead and get into this. I also have like some things that were sent to me from friends. I just have a lot of things to share with you. So you know what, let's do this. Let me start with my pre-orders. I had 3 pre-orders that came in this month. So the first book that I have to share with you is exciting. It's from one of BookTube's own authors. This is Peace and Turmoil, The Dark Shores Book 1 by Elliot Brooks. So Elliot Brooks is a booktuber slash author tuber, and she self-published this tome. It's huge, guys. I did not realize how big this thing was gonna be, but it's beautiful, and this is her very first book. It's her debut novel. It's the first in an epic fantasy series. You guys know I'm trash for epic fantasy, so I am really excited to pick this up. It's really beautiful. I think she did a great job with it. How many pages is this thing? It's like, seriously, this is enormous. Oh yeah, it's like 714 pages long, so I gotta find time to actually read it, but I'm very excited to have this. So congratulations to Elliot. So happy for you that you have this beautiful book. So yeah, it's my first book in the book haul. For the record, it is March 20th as I am filming this, because I need to just like not acquire more books this month, but if I do, they'll go in next month's haul, because yeah. My next pre-order, if you saw my fake crate unboxing, you saw me gush about this, but this is Blood Witch by Susan Dennard, and guys, I'm so excited to have this. So excited. The Witchland series is probably my favorite ongoing YA epic fantasy series. I love it with all of my heart, and I'm really excited for Blood Witch. Honestly, I am sort of kicking myself for accepting so many books for review in March, because I really want to read this and I haven't been able to yet because I have too many other things to get to. So I'm really trying hard to clear the deck so I can read this, because this is probably my most anticipated book of the year, and I haven't been able to read it yet. So it's gonna happen, hopefully soon. I'm just like really happy. So while we're on this, actually, let me just share something similar, because my dear friend Leanna over at Leanna's Library unfortunately does not love the Witchland series as much as I do. It's okay, we can still be friends, but that means that she decided to send me her gorgeous UK hardcover copies of Truth Witch and Wind Witch. Thank you, Leanna, from the bottom of my heart. Yeah, I will now love you forever. I mean, I probably would have anyway, but yeah, these are gorgeous, guys, and I did not own these. So, Wind Witch, or Truth Witch, sorry, this is Truth Witch. I love the cover art. The spines are really cool. They're different. And then, oh, this is so gorgeous, the Wind Witch cover. So, you know, she sent these to me, and I was like, well, clearly I now need to own all the UK hardcover editions. So, eventually Book Depository will be also sending me the UK hardcover copy of Blood Witch. Thankfully, I had a coupon for Book Depository, so I got 10% off. But yeah, so I will just own all of the covers, all the copies of the Witchland series, because I love it so much. Yeah, so very excited for those. Blood Witch was a pre-order through my fake crate, which they knocked out of the park. I'll link that video up above if you haven't seen it, but I fangirled so hard over it. Yeah, it was really fun. The one other thing, since I just mentioned those, that Leanna also sent me, she sent me like a whole box of goodies, like epically spoiled. But the other thing she sent me was actually the Owl Crate edition of Amber and Dusk by Lyra Celine. This was in one of their boxes a few months ago. I haven't actually heard any reviews of this. I don't know much about it. I know it's some kind of a fantasy novel, and it's really pretty. It's about a girl who can create illusions, and yeah, I don't know. So if any of you guys have read this, tell me what you think of it, because I seriously have not heard much about it, but thank you. I had one other pre-order that came in, and this is because I'm collecting all the books in the series. I had pre-ordered this on an ebook and read it as an ebook, but then I found out they were printing it as a physical book, so I also picked up a physical copy of Once Ghosted, Twice Shy by Alyssa Cole. So this is a female-female romance in her Reluctant Royals series, which is one of my favorite ongoing contemporary romance series right now. I just absolutely love Alyssa Cole. She can do no wrong, and this is no different. Plus the covers of them are all beautiful, so I have the other books pre-ordered. I will read all of these and probably own them. So yeah, Once Ghosted, Twice Shy. It came out in a little novella, which is really fun. So those are all of my pre-orders. I did have one other book that was a gift. My friend Amara Luciano and her sister Gabby, who I am now working with, which is very exciting. I'm doing freelance publicity for them. They have like their own little up-and-coming indie publishing house, and it's the most fun thing I've done in a long time. They're wonderful to work with. Anyway, but as a gift, they saw something on my wish list, and they got me a paperback copy of Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie C. Dow, which I'm so excited to have because I actually really love the new cover. I have the original one signed, but I didn't have the new one, and it's been on my wish list. Not something I needed, but just something I kind of wanted because it's a pretty object, and so they got it for me. Thank you, girls. You're awesome. Okay, what to talk about next? Let's talk about books from Harlequin. I got a few books from Harlequin this month. Let me pull those. That one, and... oh, shoot. No, don't fall. Don't fall. Ah. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. It's fine. It's all fine. Save the books. Okay. Good. Great. Okay, so I have a few books from Harlequin. They send me a lot of books for Instagram promotions. They have a lot of Instagram promotions. If you don't know, I have all my social media always linked below. I do have them on Goodreads. I'm really active on Instagram. I do a Bookstagram account. And so these are books that they sent to me for promotion on Instagram, where I take pretty pictures of them. The first one, I think they accidentally sent me 2 copies of, so at some point I will probably just give away, either do a giveaway or give to a friend my extra copy. But this is The Things We Cannot Say by Kelly Rimmer. This is going on, this went on sale yesterday, March 19th, and this is like a love story, or 2 love stories, set in World War I and World War II, I think. It sounds great. I've been hearing good things about it, like the early reviews that I've seen have been good. I've not gotten around to reading this yet, but I have 2 art copies of it, so thank you guys. They also sent me a finished copy of this really, really gorgeous book, which is about to go on sale soon. This is called Midnight at the Wandering Vineyard by Jamie Raintree. And, I mean, first of all, the cover is so pretty. It's got deckled edges. I know not everybody likes them, but I do. I think they're really fun. And this one is about best friends reconnecting after a man came between them in their teenage years, and it involves, like, relationship drama and vineyards, and I don't know, it looks beautiful. It sounds like fun, so thank you, Harlequin, for that one. They also sent me a thriller coming out through Graydon House. Again, this is one coming out pretty soon, I think. I think this came out in Canada last year, and it's coming out March 26th in the United States. This is called The Perfect Girlfriend by Karen Hamilton. She'll stop at nothing to be the perfect girlfriend. It sounds really, really fun. Very interesting. So I'm excited to read this. So it says, Juliet loves Nate. She will follow him anywhere, even become a flight attendant for his airline so she can keep a closer eye on him. They are meant to be. Oh my god. The fact that Nate broke up with her 6 months ago means nothing, because Juliet has a plan to win him back. Super creepy, right? I mean, this sounds fun. I need more thrillers in my life sometimes. I'm really bad at reading them, but and I thought this was super cute. It came with this little first class ticket. It's like made to look like an airline ticket, which I thought was very cute and appropriate. So thank you for those. Finally, Harlequin did a mailing of some of their March recommended reads. So these are 3 of their sort of little romance novels in some of their series. Like Harlequin does these series like Desire and Romantic Suspense, and anyway, let me just show you. So the first one is called Boss by Katie Evans. This is in their Desire series, and I think it's about a romance between 2 co-workers who run a dating app. So that sounds like it could be fun. And this is just like a short little book. It's just barely over 200 pages. So if you want just like a quick little romance, that's a good option. Similarly, they sent Tempted by the Badge by Deborah Fletcher Mello. And this is a romantic suspense about a former Chicago cop who is now a PI and a teacher. This actually looks really fun. I should read that. That sounds fun. And then the final one I have is Anything for His Baby by Michelle Major. This one sounds like silly, but potentially fun. Shep Bennett would do anything for his daughter, even fall in love. So I'm sure this one is kind of silly. It's another really short little one. It's just like a couple 100 pages long. So yeah, those are the last things that I got sent from Harlequin. Thank you guys. And then earlier this month, we actually traveled for a weekend. Our church was doing a retreat in Princeton, New Jersey. And of course, at some point I had to go by their local independent bookstore. Shout out to Labyrinth Books. It was really fun. And I picked up 2 books while I was there because, you know, anywhere I visit, I need to go visit a bookstore. They have new books and they have some used books. I picked up 2 used copies, which I'm really excited to have found. They were like a pretty good deal. I think they were like $6 or $7 each. The first one is the US hardcover copy of Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I really love this duology a lot. I do own this book in the UK paperback edition, which I kind of prefer, but I will say I own the US hardcover of Muse of Nightmares, and so I kind of wanted to get a matching copy, plus the naked books are just like so pretty with the moth. So now I have a matching set of this duology because it was on sale, and I was like, you know what, I could use that in my life. So now I have another copy of Strange the Dreamer. Like a lot of, there's a few duplicate copies in this book haul. And then the other one, I was really excited. I have actually never seen a used copy of this anywhere, and I've heard such good things about it. I know Emma from Emma Books really loves this, and some other people as well, and I've been curious about it. This is Night Film by Marisha Pessel. It's like a psychological thriller, I think, about the daughter of a horror, like a cult horror movie maker, and she dies or disappears or something. I don't really know, but it's like a mixed media format, which I tend to really enjoy. And like, look at these end papers, guys. Like, that's really cool. So yeah, I found this for like $6, I think. And it's really heavy too. I think because of the mixed media, so it's like thicker pages. Look at this stuff. Anyway, so yeah, I really want to read this. Actually, if anybody wants to buddy read this with me, please tell me, because I really want to read it. I'm terrible about getting to thrillers sometimes if I don't have someone to buddy read it with me, so hit me up if you're interested. Okay, moving on, let's see. I have 3 books that were sent to me for review that were things that people actually reached out to me about to ask if I would be interested in reviewing them. The first one, oh, actually, and I have, you know what, I should tell you about this. Before I talk about this, I do have another thing. So a subscriber of mine had reached out to me because she is writing an indie middle grade series, and there's actually audiobooks of it. And she was like, hey, I know you like audiobooks. Would you be interested in reading and reviewing this? And so I said yes. It's a really short audiobook, and I actually listened to it last night, and it was really cute. So it's going to be going in my March wrap-up. But I'll put a picture here so that you can see what I'm talking about, but she sent me a code for the audiobook. It's called Stanley Pargo in Suburbia, The Crooked House by C.L. Clark. So thank you so much for sending this to me. Like I said, I'll be talking about this in my wrap-up, but it's this really fun kind of adventure story. It gets a little dark at times. It's for a middle grade audience. It's about this boy Stanley who wakes up from a nightmare in the middle of an ocean inside a hat, like a giant hat, and then he gets rescued by this bird who talks and is dressed like a butler, who is the butler to this like crazy professor on this island, and it's about like adventures he has and trying to get home. Yeah, it's really fun, and it's pretty brief. The audiobook is only like 4 hours, and of course I usually listen to things on double speed, so it took me 2 hours to finish, but I enjoyed it. So thank you for sending me that. Sorry, I guess that was kind of a review too, but I'll talk about it also in my wrap up. And then I have 3 other books that were sent to me for review that were not, like I have some unsolicited books that were sent to me for review, and then I have 3 books that were things where people actually reached out to me and I said yes, I would be interested. The first one is another book by an indie author. This is called Magic Required, a Lachlan Ellul novel by H.S. Paisley. I'm really excited for this. It's like a blend of sci-fi fantasy from what I can tell, and sounds like it would be really up my alley. It's about this guy named Lachlan who used to fight with a god, like alongside a god. Now it's the year 2047, and he has a soul-sucking job answering phones. But then he starts getting prophetic visions and things start happening. Anyway, I'm really excited about it. So I told her I might not be able to get to this till May, so expect to see this probably on my May TBR, but thank you so much for sending it. Then I have a book that's coming out through Akashic Books. They're like a smaller publisher, but they do some really interesting stuff, and they reached out to me about a few of their titles for this season, and this one sounded pretty interesting to me. It's called Around Harvard Square by C.J. Farley. And this is supposed to be kind of like a humorous, satirical take on being a freshman at Harvard. yeah, and it deals with like race issues and the Ivy League, and I don't know, it's supposed to be fun and interesting. I read like the first chapter and then kind of got sidetracked but I'm supposed to be reading this month. It's only like 300 pages long, and I think it's coming out relatively soon, so thank you so much, Akashic Books. I will be reading this one soon. Oh, wait. I have the info package. Ah, yes. Okay, so this one comes out on April 1st, so go check it out. Hopefully I will be able to finish it by the end of the month and let you guys know what I think in my March wrap-up. And then finally is another book that I'm hoping to get to this month, if I can like get things together. Otherwise I will be definitely reading it next month. This is a nonfiction book, also coming out from a smaller publisher. It's called Generation Citizen: The Power of Youth in Our Politics by Scott Warren. This just sounded really interesting to me. It is written by a guy who has been a political organizer, particularly working with youth for quite a while, and it's talking about kind of what is happening in that sphere right now and the power of political organization and young people and education, and it just sounds very up my alley, so I'm excited. It's supposed to be inspiring, and this one is going on sale. Went on sale March 5th, so I have an ARC copy. This one should be available already. Alright, next let's talk about books that I got for signings this month, because I went to a few signings, which was very exciting. The first one was one that I knew I was going to go to, and then of course I ended up buying a second book for the other person at the sign, one of the other people at the signing. So I went to see Danielle Clayton celebrate the release of The Everlasting Rose. This is book 2 in the Bells, which is very exciting. This was one of my anticipated books of the year. So I went and got it signed to Bethany. Weave a Wonderful Web. I love it. It's really fun. So this is really about like angry girls, and I'm very here for it. I'm excited. It's a beautiful book. Did I show this in my last book haul? You know what? I probably did, but that's okay. Now it's signed, so you can see. When I went to the signing, I also picked up The Opposite of Always by Justin Reynolds and got this signed. He was at the event. Stay Awesome. Very exciting. This is actually his debut novel, and it's a little bit like a twist on Groundhog's Day. This boy falls in love with this girl who has sickle cell and dies, but then somehow he's able to go back and change things, and so it keeps happening again and again, and I don't really know what the ending is, but it's supposed to be like sad and funny at the same time, so I'm excited to pick it up. And it's just like really pretty too. I love the bright colors. Congrats to him on his debut. I also picked up a book that I'm going to be going to a signing for next week, and this is one that I actually read and reviewed in ARC form, and I did an interview with this author, which I'll link up above if you guys want to go check it out. I really, really love this, and I wanted a finished copy. This is The Tesla Legacy by K.K. Perez. This is kind of a YA thriller with paranormal aspects that integrates like the history of Tesla with this girl who suddenly develops interesting powers, who wants to be a scientist, and anyway, it's really great. I enjoyed it a lot, so I have a finished copy. Yay! So I'll be going to a signing for this next week. And then the final book that I picked up for a signing was a little bit of a last minute thing. This was actually last night as I was filming this, I decided to go. This is the re-release of Victoria Schwab's debut novel. This is The Near Witch, which I'm really excited about. So I ended up getting the Barnes & Noble special edition. She was doing a signing at Barnes & Noble. It's a really pretty book. I have mixed feelings about like this cover, the yellow. The regular one is white, which I might prefer, but there's really cool extra stuff in this one, so I'm not upset about it. And the naked book is gorgeous, gorgeous. There's like a special map in this edition. There's an extra story in it, and look, it even has like a little bookmark. It's so pretty. So yeah, I know it's about a witch. I don't know much more than that. I do know it's her debut novel. It's been out of print for a long time, and they just re-released it, and it was really lovely to see her. She's just such a great person. I did film the event, so that event video will be going up sometime in a couple weeks. Granted, this video won't be going up for a while, so it might already be up. If it is, I'll link it up above. So for Bethany, it was great meeting her and talking with her again. Yay! This month I also received 4 unsolicited books from Little Bird Publicity. Thank you so much. They send me all kinds of really interesting stuff. I have 2 thrillers that are going to be coming out through Amazon Publishing this summer. Which I don't read a ton of thrillers, but they seem like they could be interesting. I have been hearing good things about Amazon doing a good job with thrillers. Anyway, the first one is called False Step by Victoria Helen Stone. This one goes on sale July 1st. What is this one about? Oh, interesting. It says, stay calm, keep smiling, and watch your step. In this marriage of secrets and lies, nothing is what it seems. Interesting. So yeah, it's like a domestic thriller. I actually do like domestic thrillers. Like if I'm gonna read a thriller, that's probably what it would be. So yeah, I might actually read this one before it comes out. So thank you. That sounds interesting. And then the other one is called Last Summer by Carrie Lonsdale. This one goes on sale July 9th. This one sounds pretty interesting too, honestly. Who can you trust if you can't trust yourself? So it's about a lifestyle journalist named Ella Skye who remembers every celebrity she interviewed, politician she charmed between the sheets, and every socialite who eyed her with envy. That's very dramatic. Oh, weird. She fell in love, and she knows that she got pregnant and then had a tragic car accident that caused her to miscarry, but she can't remember being pregnant. Weird. So she starts like looking into her past. Yikes. Okay, so yeah, another like domestic thriller one. So that sounds really interesting. Anyway, so if you're into thrillers, go check those out. They also sent me this really cute journal that I wanted to share because I really love it, and it came with an adorable little pouch. So this is called Truth and Daring, a journal for the thoughtful and bold. This is put together by Sarah Birmingham, who actually runs Little Bird Publicity. So congratulations, that's exciting. And look at this cute little pouch. I've actually been using it. It's super adorable. It says, find your truth, be daring. And I love this. It has like a little bookmark, and it's got all of these different prompts. So on one side it's got a truth related prompt, and then on the other side something about daring. So this page says, if I could make a living doing anything, I would be, and you tell speak your truth about that. And then for daring it says, find someone who has your dream job and ask to interview them. And what advice did they have for you? I think this is so cool. It's like a guided journal. And this just seems like it would be really great to get through. I'll kind of flip through and give you guys an idea. It's got like quotes in it. So yeah, thank you so much. I really love it. I think this is cool. I should actually do this. I used to journal a lot and I haven't much in a while, but this seems like a really cool way to go. And the final book that I was sent from Little Bird Publicity is this finished copy of The Cliff House by Rayanne Thane. Thank you guys so much. They also had sent me a advanced reader's copy of this. It's something I am planning on reading sometime in the next couple of weeks. I think this is just about to come out. I think it comes out March 26th, so I'm hoping to get to it before the release date. But this one is about 3 women at a crossroads in their life, and it seems like something I would be into, so thank you so much to Little Bird Publicity. Okay, then I have a stack of books that I picked up from the Strand this month, and then I have a book outlet order. I did warn you, to be fair, that this was going to be a ridiculously large book haul, so not really terribly sorry about it. Okay, so first up, I have a book that I picked up because I found a half-price copy of this, and if you guys saw my video talking about the shortlist for the BookTube SFF Awards, you might know that I had been wanting to read these. This is All Systems Red by Martha Wells, book 1 in the Murderbot Diaries from Tor. Also, I just love these editions. They're so pretty. So I found this half price. And actually, I ended up listening to this and the second one, which is actually the one on the shortlist for the BookTube SFF Awards. I listened to them on audiobook this month and really enjoyed them. They're super fun. I think this one was probably my favorite of the two, so I'm happy that I own a hardcover copy as well. It's like a nice little novella. And if you're wondering what this is about, it's about this biological construct who calls himself Murderbot. He's part AI, but he's also made up of some biological cloned parts, and he has overcome his like control thing that like keeps him under control, and he's just a really interesting, quirky character. It's not really a he, it's a they. They are a really interesting, quirky character to read about, and I'm just enjoying them. They're fun. Then I have a couple of books where I ended up picking up copies because I read these and loved them so much. I wanted to own a copy. So I had read a couple months back The Wicker King by Kay Ancrum and really enjoyed it a lot. I got it from my library. And so when I found a copy for $1, a paperback copy, I was like, yes, I would love to own that for $1. And so now I own my own copy, which I'm really excited about. And I will probably at some point try to pick up The Weight of Stars, which is her next book, which takes place, I think, like years after this, but is loosely connected. It's more of a sci-fi novel, but I'm really excited. It like just came out. Yeah, so I'm happy to have this. It was really good. In a surprising turn of events, last month I read what ended up being one of my favorite books of the year, which I had not anticipated. And I did mention this in my wrap-up, so this might not be news to some of you guys, but I have been trying to read some translated fiction this year, and so on the recommendation of Matthew over at Matthew Sharapa, who raved about this book, I listened to the audiobook for The Court Dancer by Kyung-Suk Shin, and I loved it so much. It's definitely a new favorite, and I wanted to own my own copy of it, so I got on a list at the Strand to find a half-price used copy, and I now own my own copy of The Court Dancer by Kyung-Suk Shin, and I love it a whole lot. This is historical fiction translated from Korea. It's beautiful. It's a very lyrical, character-driven book. It's about a young woman who is orphaned and then becomes a court dancer in the royal court of Korea. This is all during the Belle Epoque period, and then as a woman, she catches the eye of a Frenchman and ends up going away with him to Paris, and it deals with like identity and racism and womanhood and just like so many things. It's a beautifully written book, and I'm really happy to own my own copy of it. Then, because I found a copy for like $1, there's this book that had been recommended to me a while back from one of my subscribers. I'm sorry, I can't recall who it was, but it had sounded interesting to me, and so I thought I would grab it, and hopefully at some point I can get around to reading this. This is The Seven Sisters by Lucinda Riley. It's the first in a series of novels about these sisters, and it's a romance. And I don't really know exactly what it's about, but I know that one of my subscribers had told me that they thought I would really enjoy it. So I found a copy for $1 and picked it up. So hopefully I can get around to that at some point. Also, on my quest to read the books that were nominated for the BookTube SFF Awards, I found like I think this was $2, guys. Yeah, I found a $2 copy of Wondersmith, The Calling of Morgan Crow by Jessica Townsend. Like, seriously. Can you believe that? Isn't that insane? I can't believe I found this for $2. It was used, but it's still in really good condition. I mean, there's like not much wrong with it. It's got like a couple folded pages, and that's pretty much it. So this is the sequel to Nevermore. This is on the short list, and I own the paperback copy of the first one, and I was gonna wait until it came out in paperback to buy this one, but for $2, hey, now I can read it. Yes. This is why Strand is my favorite. If you come to New York for like BookCon or something, definitely go check out the Strand. I also have a few 50-cent paperbacks that I picked up from them. Sometimes they have outside paperbacks for 50 cents. The first one is just because this is an author that I read a lot when I was a teenager, and I remember loving this. This is A Ring of Endless Light by Madeleine L'Engle. I've been kind of recollecting some of her books. When I see them, I don't remember a whole lot about what this is about, but I remember liking it as a teenager, so. And then I was there the other day, and in their 50-cent bin, they had a whole bunch of like brand new romance novels, like whole bunch of them. So I got 3. So this cost me like $1.50, which is great. The first one is called First Earl I See Tonight by Anna Bennett, a debutante diaries novel. All of them are from St. Martin's Press. So this sounds interesting. It's about an earl who was recently jilted by his fiancée and does not want to be in a relationship again, and an artist who needs money from a dowry to pay off a blackmailer. So it sounds like fun. Very interesting. High drama. I also picked up The Good, the Bad, and the Duke by Jana McGregor. Honestly, I just picked this up because I thought the cover was really pretty. I don't know what this is about. What is this about? A lady with a noble mission, a duke looking for redemption, a forbidden love that cannot be denied. And it's a holiday romance. So yeah, it's just pretty, and it sounds like it could be fun. And the final one that I picked up is called If the Slipper Fits, a Cinderella Sisterhood novel by Olivia Drake. Will she have her happily ever after? And this is the first in a series. I don't know, sounds fun. Full of delicious charm and sizzling passion. Oh, right. This is about a girl who was raised in a girls' school and then is hired as a governess to an orphan duke and falls for the guardian. So it sounds like fun. So yeah, I picked those up. All right, one other book that I picked up from the Strand, and then we will get into the book outlet order, and then we will be done. So the final book that I picked up was a half-price copy of a book I'm collecting, all the books in the series. This is School for Good and Evil, A Crystal of Time by Somin Chainani. This is one of my favorite middle grade series. I really liked it a lot. I think it's so smart. It does really interesting things. And the characters are growing up a little bit in this second trilogy in the series. I've read all of them so far. I've not read this one yet, but this is the second book in the next trilogy. It's also so pretty. I know people are really split on these, but I kind of love them. It like flips some interesting things on its head, and I just also like the author a lot, so yeah. I'll pick that one up as well. All right, last but not least, I have my book outlet order. If you guys don't know, book outlet is dangerous and amazing. You can get very, very inexpensive books. You get free shipping if you spend more than $35. So I usually have some kind of a cart running. I'm trying to, I'm trying to not buy as many things, but this month I bought some stuff. So 2 of the books that I bought are things that I've already read. I just wanted to own them or wanted different editions of them. First up, they had, because it was only like $4 I think, they had a hardcover copy of Berserker by Emmy Laybourne. I do have a signed ARC copy of this, but I've been kind of wanting to own the hardcover because I talk about it a lot and I really love it. If you haven't heard me talk about this, let me give you my little reason that you should read it. This is basically like a Violent Little House on the Prairie meets Norse mythology, and it's awesome. I love it a whole lot, and I think it's quite underhyped. So yeah, I got myself a hardcover copy. I also got a copy of Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir in the new paperback edition. I am going to have an unpopular opinion and say that I do prefer the new covers, and also I would like my books to match. So I did have an original hardcover of this. I think I'm probably gonna unhaul it and sell it. And so I bought this instead. It was also on sale for like $3 or something on Book Outlet. Then 2 of these books are also related to my quest of reading all of the BookTube SFF Award things. I have Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Roanhorse. They had the paperback edition, pretty inexpensive. So I was like, you know what, let me just go ahead and buy it. If I don't end up loving it, I can always pass it along. This is like a urban fantasy post-apocalyptic about a girl who's a monster hunter and is Native American. It is Own Voices for Native American representation. I've heard a lot of really good things about this. I had started reading a couple chapters of it when I had it from my library a few months ago and just was like not in the right mood for it and put it down. But now I own a copy, so I do want to try to get back to this because I suspect I will probably enjoy it. I just need to like be in the right mood for it. And then I also picked up book 3 in the Murderbot Diaries. I showed you book 1 earlier. This is Rogue Protocol, which this one I have not read yet. I just love these little tour books. They're so pretty. They look so nice together on my bookshelf, and it was like $5, so I got that. And this is a little bit disappointing because I didn't think this was going to be a library copy, but it's fine. I got a hardcover copy of Now I Rise by Kirsten White. I now own the entire trilogy of these books. I don't love that this is a library copy. I really wanted to, it said hardcover. I get annoyed when they do this sometimes, but I guess it's fine. At least I own it. Now I need to actually read them. I have no excuses anymore. This month I read my first book by Octavia Butler and loved it, and I want to collect more of her works. So along with that, I picked up The Parable of the Sower, which is another one of her big kind of well-known ones. I don't know exactly what this one is about, but I really love what I've read of her and I want to read more. So this one was on sale on Book Outlet. And then I have 2 final books that I picked up that are both romance related. The first one is Breathless by Beverly Jenkins. She is becoming one of my favorite historical romance authors. She writes these amazing books that are slow burn, character driven, really heavy on the history, which I enjoy. I know that's not for everyone, but I really, really love it a lot. And so I'm like collecting books by her, and this one was like a couple dollars on Book Outlet. And then the final book that I want to share with you today is called Beyond Heaving Bosoms, The Smart Bitch's Guide to Romance Novels by Sarah Wendell and Candy Tan. This one just sounded really entertaining and fun and interesting. It is by the 2 girls who run this blog called Smart Bitches Trashy Books, and I know Mara reads it and really likes it. I haven't read them, but this just seems like fun. It's like entertaining insider stuff about romance novels, and since it is a genre I've been diving into, this seemed like it would be a fun book to pick up. So there you have it. Those are all 45 of the books that I'm hauling this month. Perhaps it is excessive. Perhaps. Lots of things I'm excited about, and actually a lot of books that I've already read that I'm just buying more copies of. I mean, the reality is I am a reader and a collector, which are not necessarily the same things. You can be a reader and not a collector, and a collector and not a reader. I am definitely both. So yeah, there you have it. we're done. Talk to me in the comments down below. Let me know any of your thoughts. Let me know if you want to buddy read any of these with me, especially the ones that I mentioned, really wanting people to buddy read them with me. That would be fantastic. And question of the day: what is the most recent book that you picked up from your library, from a bookstore, or wherever, and why you're excited to read it? Let me know. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.